Walter Cunningham knows the power of a message from a president. He was on Apollo 7. He was the lunar module pilot. Apollo 7, you might recall, was our first man shot at coming back into space, circled the Earth for the better part of 11 days back then. This paved the way later on for Apollo 8 that did circle the moon, and eventually led the way to Apollo 11, and just as JFK had hoped, landing 2 men on the moon and returning those 2 men and the command module pilot back to the Earth before indeed the decade was out. Walter, it's an honor to have you. Thank you for taking the time.
Well, thank you very much. I've enjoyed it.
You know, Walter, let me ask you about the drive that it was, because I remember in those days it wasn't about politics, but this goal led initially by JFK to make this a top priority and our agenda to get and conquer the stars, to get a man on the moon before the decade was out. And I guess back then it seemed ludicrous on the surface. I know many engineers and NASA administrators had told JFK to his face it was silly. He would have none of it, would he?
Well, the public reception of landing a man on the moon was different than the reality that those of us that were doing those flights that we operated by. We landed on the moon on the 5th Apollo mission.
Yeah.
And yet that would seem strange to civilians out there. And the first Apollo mission, that was my crew, Wally Schirra, Don Isley, and myself. And it took us a while, but we made the mission, and we were not too surprised that they didn't land until the 5th mission.
But the bottom line is it did happen. You and your crew paved the way for that. Then the rapid fire of Apollo flights before your mission was in 1968, but a little more than a year after that, we were indeed on the moon. But the goal was very, very simple. Did you ever have any doubts at the time, Walter, that it was doable? I always think the magic of these speeches and agendas that any president sets are simply laid out and sometimes seem crazy at the surface. But it would seem something that was like a clarion call for all of you guys.
Well, it's kind of interesting because where the public at large might think of things as being, impossible or reaching too far, that's not the way we thought about it at all. As a matter of fact, we were a little bit surprised that we didn't land on the moon until the 5th Apollo mission. The first Apollo mission was Apollo 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and we landed on 11.
Right.
And for the public at large, that's probably a shock to them today.
Yeah, and I was thinking, the delay really came after the Apollo 1 fire in January 1967 that delayed missions, and we almost missed it just because of that, right? But it said a lot about you and your fellow astronauts to write that, to correct what the problems were in Apollo in the earliest days, and then move on. But move on so quickly. Did you ever have any doubt that it could be realized by the end of the decade? Time was ticking down.
Well, it's kind of interesting. We were not shocked by that because we expected to be able to do it. And the first Apollo mission was Apollo 7. And we were the longest Apollo mission. We were 11 days. In fact, for many, many years, it was the longest manned Apollo mission. And we landed on the moon on the 5th mission, but we actually went to the moon with Apollo 8 and from that time on. But there was a lot of things that went on inside of the program with the crews from one time to the next, one crew to the next cruise on it. And by the 5th flight, we got to the point where you could land on the moon, and we were very pleased that it happened.
I think back at that too, Walter, and the almost impossible goal, the way it was laid out. People forget in JFK's speech 60 years ago today. He outlined the risks and that there are going to be problems and there might in fact be tragedies. And indeed there were and have been since. But he said it was well worth it, and it was well worth it in our human nature to pursue these things. Now, it's a very different speech President Biden is planning today, but he's using that as a backdrop to get things that seem impossible done. But looking at cures for cancer 25 years out and cutting deaths in half, that's a bit more involved, isn't it?
Well, personally, I'm impressed with other technical improvements as we go, from time to time on it. But I think a lot of the motivation, a lot of the accomplishment came about because we were willing in those days, for the first time, well, it wasn't the first time, but pretty close to the first time in history, we were able to commit a lot of dollars to accomplish the technical increase. And that technical increase that went into landing a man on the moon had a lot of internal technical increases that were used for a variety of other different fields.
Yeah, it had a lot of positive spin over there. Walter Cunningham, thank you very, very much. On this special day, you should be very proud. I know we are of you, sir, and the entire space program, and that push we got 60 years ago today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.